Baseball Club. Top of the ninth inning. 8-7 Montreal. Jeff Fry is the new second baseman in for Izturis. Fernandez pinch hit for Izturis in the eighth inning, and the new pitcher is Bob File. John, interesting with Fry in the game. There's a connection between Fry and one of the Montreal coaches, Perry Hill.
Yes, Jeff Fry has said that he credits Perry Hill as much as anyone with helping him on his defense. They were in the Ranger organization together. Perry Hill was a instructor in the Texas Rangers organization when Jeff Fry was coming up. He was originally drafted by the Texas Rangers. Since that time, Perry Hill has gone to Detroit, has been a coach in Detroit. And now here in Montreal, he was brought over here in Montreal to help the defense, and he has done that.
Boy, there's something you do not want to do, and that is walk Vidro to put a runner on for Vladimir Guerrero. Guerrero tonight 2 for 4. First pitch swinging in the first inning, hit a solo home run. Single to center in the fifth, and then lined out to Lopez in the seventh with the bases loaded, and then again he is first pitch swinging, this time foul down the right side. You talked about Perry Hill. Perry Hill has meant an awful lot to this Montreal infield. Talked about Lee Stevens being added for defensive ability at first base, although he's got a couple errors tonight. Perry Hill's really done a good job. Ground ball. And they got the runner at second base. Vidro on at first, and the fielder's choice is Guerrero.
I'm not sure they were going to be able to turn a double play because this ball is hit the high hop. It's slow getting to Lopez. And here's the transfer. Jeff Fry is very good at the pivot. He goes to make the throw and then loses the handle, but you can see he had control of the ball, so the lead runner is out. Vidro at second base.
Vidro is retired 5-4. Guerrero on the fielder's choice at first. The batter's Lee Stevens. Stevens with a bases loaded double in the seventh inning to tie the game at that point at 7-7. Montreal then took the lead in the eighth inning on the sacrifice fly to right field by Jeff Blum. Guerrero's running. Throw down to second, and he's in there. Stolen base for Vladimir Guerrero. That's one reason that Jeff Torborg told me a couple of weeks ago he wants Guerrero hitting third. He says his speed is just too good to have him hitting fourth.
Something he can do. He runs the bases well, and he can steal the base from time to time, although he's not a stolen base threat. Guerrero that is his 11th stolen base this season, but he's been caught 9 times, so that's not a very good ratio. 11 for 20. In fact, the Expos as a whole have a very poor ratio of stolen bases. They've stolen 42 bases, but have been caught 27 times. And that's why Jeff Torborg is using the hit and run more, because they haven't had a lot of success stealing bases. And now with the base open, they're going to intentionally walk Lee Stevens, as they just did, to set up the double play.
Expos have grounded into a major league leading 83 double plays. Number 83 came in the first inning. Vidro into a 5-4-3 double play. Bergeron was on at first, and that was a huge double play for Toronto because Guerrero followed with a home run. As it turned out, it was a solo home run. Lee Stevens at first, Vladimir Guerrero at second. Files behind 2-0 to Cabrera. That is laced into the corner in left field. Off the wall. Once again, In the ninth inning, Cabrera does damage against the Toronto Blue Jays. He hit a 3-run home run on the Sunday game back on June 17th. And here in the top of the ninth inning, brings in Guerrero, and the Expos take a 2-run lead. They've got runners at second and third and still only one down.
And again, he continues to hit in the clutch. It's the second time tonight that Lee Stevens has been intentionally walked so that the Blue Jay pitching can face Orlando Cabrera. The first time was back in the third inning with 2 outs. A couple of men aboard, and Orlando Cabrera bounced out to end the inning against Chris Carpenter. Well, if you're a hitter, you take that personally. Although it's still the right baseball move to do, walk the left-handed batter to face a right-hander with a right-handed pitcher. But you love to step up. It really will get your awareness up. You love to come through in the clutch and burn the opposition.
Cabrera had a big hit last weekend against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he commented on that very situation, walking Lee Stevens to get to him, and he says, yeah, I take it personally. Ground ball. Players to first. The Expos add one more run.
The Blue Jay infield was in order to cut down the run. File got the ground ball, but it backed up Jeff Fry. I think Jeff Fry made the right decision, not trying to throw out the runner at home, getting the sure out at first. Watch the runner at third. He gets a good break. Well, it would have been close, but if you come in, you really are trying to cut down the run, and I think you got to take a chance of throwing out the runner at the plate.
The Expos with 2 runs here in the top of the ninth inning have opened up a 10-7 lead over the Blue Jays. This is a game that Toronto at one point, John, led by a score of 7-4.
It's a game at that point you feel that they should win. Chris Carpenter was pitching well. And a strong bullpen, a balanced bullpen, but it's been the bullpen that's been giving it up. And those are a couple of big insurance runs for the Expos. The Blue Jays are going to see or get Urbina most likely in the ninth inning. And it's going to be a lot more comfortable for him with a 3-run lead instead of a 1-run lead.
Look at Urbina. It is still a save situation. John, you mentioned the Blue Jays holding organizational meetings here in Toronto this weekend. It'll be interesting to see just what this organization does. Should the Jays lose this game, they'll fall 6 games below 500. The best they could be would be 4 games under at the break. Buck Martinez has said nothing less than 500 at the break would do. They will not reach that. The Expos are finally retired. Top of the ninth. We'll head to the bottom.